Hey YouTube, Todd Southworth, Bloodhound Lumber and Land here in Lebanon, Tennessee. And for those who don't know where Lebanon, Tennessee is, we're the county just east of Davidson County, which is Nashville proper. Perspective for you that have traveled here, oh, look at that hair. We're only about 20-25 minutes from the Nashville International Airport east, headed toward Knoxville. Both our lumber mill and kiln area and our storefront on downtown Lebanon Square, right off the square. So today, what I really want to kind of show you was our system of drying wood. A lot of people don't really get why you need to dry wood, so real briefly, in very brief detail, wood has particles and cells down inside that are live and bound. So when you air dry wood, the live stuff comes out pretty easy with air drying. The bound cells will always absorb moisture until they're destroyed, and the only way to destroy the bound cells inside wood is to kiln dry it and get it to the right temperature. Okay, we just had somebody bring in a table yesterday that's 2 months old. It's a walnut table. They said was kiln dried. It still reads at 27% moisture, and it is split everywhere after 2 months. So we're going to cut it in half and work on it and put it in our kiln and take care of it for them. And we can do that for you as well. If you've got a piece of wood that is turned, let us know. We can probably help you with that. But today, I just kind of want to show you the kilns. I'll give you a real brief look around the yard while we're doing this, and you can see most of our log yard is here, and we're getting shy on some material that we're going to have to replenish. All of this that you see, all these mountains and stuff, we have the ability to take a lot of these trees out and haul them down here and cut them off. That's our lumber milling shed. We will be getting another saw here shortly that will cut 76-inch material, so we'll have some huge slabs to work with. You can see the lumber racks. These are either kiln dried or waiting and air drying. So anyway, let's get to the star of the show, right? I'm going to turn this around so I can see a little better. I move a little slower than I used to. See if I can turn it around. Maybe I can't. That's all right. We'll do it this way. All right, let me grab my coffee, because you notice it's really quiet out here today. And this is a Wednesday, around 10 o'clock in the morning. This is usually buzzing. And what I've done is I pulled everybody out of here to go work on our production for our live edge furniture, because it is going off the charts. We're doing bars and countertops and conference tables. Our backlog is great, and we're just now getting our equipment up and running to where we can produce this stuff. So for the next, I'd say till probably November, we won't be cutting anything out here. We'll be maintaining these things because these are our Idry kilns, and they're Idry Pluses. They're pretty for one, aren't they? If you like these, respond to the comments. Say, yeah, these are really pretty. But they're very, very, very effective. It is a vacuum kiln that basically controls the drying process through moisture. It kills microorganisms and bugs a couple of different ways. The vacuum suffocates them, the heat kills them. So we're pretty proud of what we got going here. I just want to show you a little bit about how we monitor this thing. And we do dry for the public, by the way. Go to bhlumberandland.com, request a quote, and tell us your dimensions of your lumber. We'll figure the board foot out, and then we'll give you that quote. They've named this thing, it looks like that one fell off. They named these things Thing 1 and Thing 2. All right, that's the guys, and I love it, you know, Dr. Seuss and all. But we also keep pretty good records of what's going on. Not only do we have records computerized in the back section of this, but just to show you, we check this about every day, every 2 days, kind of depending on when we put it in. But we record the temperature, the humidity, how much water we get out of the kiln, and you can kind of hear it shutting down right there. So that vacuum is just shut down. A good time for us to talk. And then this is how much of a vacuum we got. We need to have an 8% vacuum. That's a good thing. So the water is the important thing we watch. As you can see right here, we had 4.7 gallons of water coming out that during a 24-hour period. All right, just so you can see that. And then we put another load in, and the next 2 days, we got 35 gallons of water out. And then on the 24th, we got 55 gallons of water out. So just in 2 days out of this one load, we got almost 90 gallons of water out. And if you look here, 22, 24, that's the daily combination. So it went from 35 to 22 to 24. Our relative humidity here is kind of how we see how the thing's doing. We measure the water that's coming out. We look at the humidity levels, and you can see this went from 38 to 45. We took it out 32, 35. So we watch all this. We track it with dates. So it's a pretty cool little process. These things are thick. They're like bank vaults, as you can see, and they're vacuum sealed, just to kind of show you right here. That thing's sealing it up as tight as it can be, like a freezer, before you open a door. All right, just show you a few other little things. We got all this up here is getting ready to go in the kiln. This is all air drying here, getting ready to go in the kiln. And I know this is maybe a little longer video, but I do want to show you the back side of this Idry. It's what really makes this thing special. I'll share this with the kiln guys because we've done a system here that I think would be interesting to them. And we may not be able to see this right now because of the sun, but if we want to look at what's happening in this kiln in the last 7 days, then we're not going to be able to see this very well. But basically, we can track the humidity over the stretch of time, or a custom stretch of time, to see what it's doing. So let me kind of show you what we got going. It's our power and our computer module. This is where the water comes out. So we have these hooked together. Okay, so the water comes out. We have them on a basically a flow thing. So this goes in and out, okay, with a little pump. And then we can track here how many gallons of water comes through this system. So from here into the box, out through the hose, into the bucket. Okay, so we double check this with that to make sure we're being accurate. We think it's very critical to check the water content coming out of the kiln, and a lot of discussion on how this is done. And we have a guy named Wiz that works for us, that's an aerospace mechanical engineer. We're fortunate to have him. He designs this stuff in his head. He amazes me all the time with what he can do, because I do not have that talent. But this is the second kiln. Again, same system. We just buried one of those boxes in the ground. The water flows into it, goes through the meter into the bucket. That tells us a little bit about what's going on. So we do dry for the public. Again, if you've got wood that has been turned into furniture and it is splitting apart and you're frustrated, we understand that frustration. It's one of the reasons that we're doing what we're doing. Anyway, that's the end of this video. It's 8 minutes long. If you like us, subscribe. We're a new channel. We're a new deal. But, man, we have taken this thing from the ground up in a year. And it's we've got video that we'll be posting. I'm looking for somebody to help me with that a little bit because I'm not that technical. And that's all good. But one last thing, 4,000 board foot in each of these. That's 8,000 board foot of material drying all the time. Thicker stuff takes a little more time, but that's kind of obvious. So anyway, we'll see you YouTube. Subscribe, like us, send us some comments. We're just getting started. We're going to have a good time.